Hi, so just before I start, I just want to say that in a previous video, when I showed you how to automate an email, Google disabled the option for third-party apps. So now to send an email, you have to change the host to, for example, Outlook, Microsoft. On how to do it, you can simply go back to the video I posted before about sending the email and check the description. And there you have an easy solution. It is literally 2 lines of code. Okay, so for today's topic, we'll be covering point 3 and 4. So we'll enable the program to work in the background and make an executable file from a Python script. Okay, so here we have our 2 files. To make it more clean and much easier to convert it to exe files, we have to perform 2 steps. First is going to be merging those 2 files, sending an email and a main function, and the second will be to convert the storing of the output of the keylogger in the RAM memory instead of log file, so simply in a variable. To merge it, we'll just copy and paste the import statements, and we'll create a function from this file. We'll define function send email and paste it. Yes. Second step is to change the content to a RAM file, to a RAM variable. We can use a global content variable because we'll be using it in both functions. Here as well, content, and here instead of this, so instead of writing to a log file, we will put in content plus equals this. So we are just concatenating the string here. We also have to initialize it, of course, to an empty string. Move on to changing the delete last character function. So instead of this, we'll simply specify global content variable, and then content will equal to content of like this. So it is basically the whole string minus 1, so to the second to last place of the string. So we have, if we have an example string here, example, this is the -1th place, so we will only be left with this. Perfect. When we click it, when we type it, we can print the result, so we see if it works correctly. And also we need to replace os.system send email to just calling the function send email, and we can also delete import os. We can run it to see if it works correctly. So now I rerun the program with my correct password in, and we can see that it lags a bit, the program. So now it should send an email, and perfect, we have our email here. So our merging of the file works. Now we can move on to converting the py script to executable file. We have our file here, which is our main, and to do it we will use a library called auto-py-to-exe. You can install it by typing in pip install auto-py-to-exe. I already have it installed. Then you type in auto-py-to-exe, and when you run it, you have a very friendly graphical user interface here. where it tells you precisely what you have to do. So first we have to specify the script location. Then it is very important to select one file and window-based hide in the console, because this will simply run the program in the background and we will not be able to see it. We don't need an additional files. In advance, you can specify the name, which is going to be the same keylogger. Then in settings, output directory, and we can run it. It takes literally a couple of seconds. When it finishes, we can see that an icon appeared here, keylogger, and we can see that it is indeed an exe file. And when we run it, we actually don't see anything. But when we start typing, oh, I misclicked here. We can see that at one point we get an email with our keys that we wrote. I'm just writing again and we get another email here. We can see that we got a warning that we are that prevent us from sending a spam email, but we can easily do it later and validate our account. Perfect. So that was it for today's video. I hope you learned something.